It's our subject of today's conversation, how all YouTubers should actually make thumbnails. First off, a little bit about file structure. Here is the weekly intro. That is the upper file. Underneath that, I have 6 files: footage, audio, graphics, projects, draft files, completed files. Because this is a weekly project, I have a project folder. Graphics, this is where all my thumbnails are. And today's video, I'm going to go over quickly how all YouTubers should actually make thumbnails. After that, I'm going real time and making the thumbnail. And you can feel free to jump off after that because I am going to do this real time with 0 cuts. Here we are. This is the thumbnail we did last week, and this is a good example of how all YouTubers should actually make thumbnails. First off, it has to reflect your brand, and my brand is Thumbnail Hacks. This brand is Bill Doobie Variety, and I just called in my stunt bike to ruin my sound on purpose just so that I had one thing to prove to you that I'm not going to cut this video. Anyways, I use brand stamps. This is the brand stamp for my climb videos, and this was Climb Week. Now, the week coming up is Cook Week. This is a very characteristic video thumbnail for the Bill Doobie Variety channel. They all have my picture on them, and they all are different. I like to keep them bright, have minimal amount of text, 3 words, 3 to 4 maximum, and a subject, a frame. Frames are optional, but just something to make it stand out, and bright colors. Every brand has a different type of thumbnail. Now, it's as simple as that. You need a thumbnail. It needs to match with the title of your video, which is how all YouTubers should actually make thumbnails this week. This is how they should make it. They should stick to their brand. Don't try to copy everybody else. Don't try to copy me. I don't try to copy anybody else. You can maybe cheat a little bit and copy other people's titles and change it a little bit so that you can get more clicks. That's trend following. But an outright copy of somebody else's thumbnail, come on. We all can figure out better ways to do thumbnails. Another thing about thumbnails is to use templates. Now, this template I'm working on and getting more organized, but the better organized your template is, the less time you're going to have to spend on it. That's pretty much it. You need a subject in your thumbnail. You need to make it true to your brand. It has to have a little bit to do with your title. Your title and your thumbnail should work well in conjunction. And bright colors, although bright colors aren't necessarily your brand, then maybe dull colors. But bright colors are what people are grabbing these days. Also, one little tip before I get into the actual making of this week's Bill Doobie Variety channel Cook Week video thumbnail is I've been noticing that bright red arrows tend to get more clicks. Just a little thing I wanted to share. And now we're getting into the making of this week's video. And not video. We're leaving everything in today. Now, time to bore the living tears out of you, because first thing we do every week, this is a template, and because of that, you don't want, I've only gone over this about 100 times by accident. First thing you want to do is change for me, seeing as this is my weekly thumbnail for weekly lives, I changed the name of it to Cook. Also, make sure that I'm using my paint.net for this week. Hopefully I'll get into Photopea soon and get more knowledgeable on Photopea. I really do like Photopea. Now, what do we need to do here is we do have some sort of organization. These layers are a bear. And we're looking for our cook border. There's our cook border. We turn off the climb border. That looks good. That's a little bit big on the... I wonder if this one's better. Yep. Although, let's see what the other one had. Did the other one have a black part to it? Let's see. Neither of them did. I do like having a little black border there so that it stands out. All right, create, climb border, new brand stamp, live, we are definitely going live. Cook, which one do we want? Do we want this one or do we want this one? I think we could go smaller. Now we can start taking away other layers. These were layers from last week. Now this layer I might, this one goes away too. We still have plenty of layers. Where'd they all come from? Live, create. We're coming down. Oh, here's me. What we might try here is, let's duplicate this. Whoops, not C. Control Shift D for paint.net. And let's change the name to Cook. Just in case. But what about all this exercise equipment? We'll make this guy, oh, come on. Make this guy go away. Oh, but Bill, he didn't go away. Yes, he did. See, he's gone. Now, come on down, some more. This is our little jumping girl. Let's label her. Jump rope. And we'll take her out. Cutting square, we don't need that. We don't need this. We don't need this. Cook waffles. It's always good. I think I also had cake. Maybe steak would be better. Fire we don't need. Bright green background. Let's leave that in there. That's not bright green, that's black. I must have changed it at one time. All right, we still have a car up in front of us. And this is mostly made already. All right, cooked waffles. There's a car in there somewhere. That's your job. You guys need to find that car. Find that car. Cook. Waffles. There's my car. Race car. This is part of the do as I say, not as I do. Notice not everything was labeled. I'm working towards getting this better labeled so that I can see things like this cake that we could have too. Let's move the waffles over. Get a little mover. Waffles, yum! Gotta love waffles and cake. Yummy. That looks good. Let's make should we make the waffles smaller? Are we crowding things? Yes, we are, but that's part of what I do, is crowd things and make things kind of crazy. Let's make it so I'm pointing at them waffles. And let's make a copy of the waffles and actually make them bigger. And take away the cake. And after that, next, I think I'm going to put a gradient in here just to see how that looks. And I also am going to move myself. We are looking for the cake to get rid of that other cake. Cake. There we go, cake. Waffles will actually make the waffles even bigger. Another way to do this is, instead of cutting it and pasting it, which I usually do, you just click the move photo and that will get that. We're going to do the same thing with the second copy of me, Cook Me, because who cooks while they're on a treadmill? But what? But wait, was there really a treadmill there? I don't think so. I think the treadmill needs to disappear. Whoa, the treadmill's gone, if by magic. My favorite. Waffles filled with plenty of syrup. I still haven't done that over this black background. Let's see, what's this layer? Ooh, a moon. Well, it was a full moon recently. Why not? And we need one other thing in here, which is... Where are we? There we are. Let's go add a layer. We should probably label the moon so that we remember next time. Moon, full moon. No better time for housekeeping than when you're doing a video. We are doing a gradient. We need one new layer. Add new layer. We need to get it so that we're deselecting everything. We are going to then pick some wild colors. Let's see, blue and blue, opposite of blue and yellow. Okay. Blue. Down here, we're going to pick yellow. Now let's see what we can do with a transition. Transition. Let's try from here to here, transition, corner to corner just for grins. But wait, Bill, that changes everything. Yes, it does. However, what we are going to do is just have a hint of those colors by adjusting the opacity or maybe what we're doing here is we should take that whole, all right, let's see what we can do here. We're still on that. Let's make it smaller. Minus, minus, minus. And we're going to do this. Select. We're going to pull the gradient up a little bit. Then we are going to adjust the opacity again. Mess with things a little bit more. Change, why don't we move this one? Oh, that's because I didn't say okay yet. Now, what would happen if we were to take this black background and just move around with it and change its color and see what we can do to get something different? Get a fill can here. Okay. We're on the black background. We're also going to deselect everything. And we are going to go like this and change. Now we have a blue background. But what if we were up here and we changed? I'm just looking for something that might give me a little more of a standout when it's small. And we're going to have to take away the moon now, obviously. Look at that. I forgot about that other part on the moon. So the moon's coming out. Waffles are coming. I'm going to make the waffles bigger and move it over so that I'm actually pointing here and get rid of the moon so that we balance out. Then I'm going to call it done. This one is, wow, that's white. I don't like it. Let's see if we can get something different. Yeah, I like that one better. Moon needs to go away, and I need to get rid of the paint can before I accidentally spilled paint all over everything. Cook waffles, we can move that, make that bigger now. There, waffles. Get rid of the moon. Moon, 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 where are you? See, that's why we labeled it. It would be nice if Paint.net had a filter for, well, not filter, but a search bar for layers, whatever you have them labeled as. Let's do a little squint test on this really fast. See how well it looks small. Still stands out some. Maybe if we sharpened up the layer with the waffles, we might get something there. Let's make a copy of it first. And object, photo. We want some glow to it. Let's see. Doesn't look much like a waffle now. Brightness. Trying to get this cook week to stand out more. Cancel. Come on, guys. And yes, this is all real time. This is how I do things. I know how to get the cook week to stand out. I'm going to make this blue, dark blue here instead of pink. Might mess things up a little bit, but cook week. All right, cook noon. That's it. What if I had this one instead? No. Oh, what if we went like that? No, that wouldn't help it. But it does make it so that I have a backup. So I do have a backup, and it's bigger too, isn't it? Let's do this one instead. And call it blue. Darker blue. Paint. We'll go on to this one. Now let's see how it looks. More readable at a small, whoops. Can I bring it down? What do you think? Can you read it? I can read it. Pretty small. Live doesn't stand out as much as it used to. Let's see if we can. Are we messing too much? There's one thing I don't like about Paint.net is it squirrels all over the place when you raise things up. As you're zooming, you need to use your scroll wheel and your. All right, so here. I think that's good enough, folks. We have finished this portion of how all YouTuber should actually make thumbnails. Last things that we do is we save it once as a Paint.net for week 33, which is this coming week. Then we save as. We see if we can get away with PNG at 2 megabytes. Now it says 2 megabytes. I might be able to upload it and I might not. For that reason, what we're going to do also is make an alternate, because this one is 1920 by 1080. It's a pretty large thumbnail. A lot of times you run over. We're going to resize it real quickly. If it said anything less, I would have gone with it, but seeing as it doesn't, 1280 is what YouTube prefers. However, a lot of people use 1920 by 1080 if possible. And we save as, we're going to save it as B. I'll try to load 33 first. And then load, oh, what the heck, why not? Let's make this a super long video, and I will show you the uploading of the thumbnail. Nah, let's not say we did. I love you all. Bye-bye. Have a great day and a great week. This has been Thumbnail Hacks. Let me know what you think of this type of a video. It's we're trying something new.